Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Hello good people, you're welcome to my channel. Still your own boy MC Bernardino. Thank you very much for those of you that are new on this channel. This is Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino, where I basically dish out information as far as migrating to Canada is concerned. Do you want to know the latest information? Something significant about my channel is that I don't just do the talking, I also back it up with practical, just to make sure you understand. And also it's information. The information I give is very free, right? Because I know the significance of that. All right, so if you're new on this channel, you're welcome to this channel. You might also want to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button beside it, so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be among the first to get it. And for my esteemed viewers that always come back, thank you very much for coming back again, for sharing my video, for hitting the thumbs up button. Thank you very much. I'm so happy because this is a community that we have been building, and the community has been growing. It couldn't have even happened without you guys. Thank you very much. All right, without further delay, what do I have for you today? All right, because I've received so many emails from my viewers all across the world asking me questions about agents swindling them, Canada immigration fraud, information like that. So I decided to dedicate this video today to Canada immigration fraud. All right, I need you to give you information as far as avoiding Canada immigration fraud, because there are so many people out there, there are so many agents out there that want to swindle you. They will tell you they can help you migrate to Canada. So I'm going to dedicate this video just so you can know what you have to look out for in order for you to avoid being scammed. All right, don't forget our think about this segment where I always give it to you guys. You think about it and you act on it, and it always work for you. Let me run through the disclaimer like I always do. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a consultant. I'm just like you. I just believe I believe in the power of information. I like to give out the information, and I'm giving this information free. Nobody's sponsoring me, nobody's paying me to do this. I'm just doing this out of my own volition because I know the importance and the significance of information. So if you want to make your own immigration decision, guys, don't just solely base it on this channel alone. You're free to do your own additional research. I'm just here to guide you. Don't forget, I want to sensitize you as far as Canada immigration fraud is concerned, because it is very rampant. Like, I receive mails, I receive messages from my viewers all across sending me information about this fraud that goes around. So that's why I decided to dedicate this video just to enlighten you guys. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to share with your loved ones. All right, there's this website, max.org, going around about Canada visa lottery. Guys, let me sound this note of warning. Canada is not operating any lotteries, guys, so don't fall victim. So I'll share this quick video with you guys. So it's titled Registration for the Canada 2019 Immigration Program for Getting Canada Citizenship. This is pure fraud. When you go to the website, maxorg.com/Canada, when you get to that website, you see something like welcome registration in Canada lottery. You see the flag there, you see continue, and on top of it you see something like remaining visa is 345. This is fraudulent. Now when you click on continue, the first question says it's a survey, right? So the question for one says, what's your social status, single, married, or divorced? So just because I want to go through this with you, let me click single for now. So if you do that, the next one is, what's your gender, are you male or female? You click on male, choose your age field. So let's click 31 to 50, and it boots up, trying to see whether you're qualified or not. At the end of the day, you see a congratulatory message saying that you're qualified, and next one brings you to the next page. Now the visa is now remaining 250. That shows how fraudulent this is. The first one says, click the green button below and send the message to 30 people or group on WhatsApp. Canada Immigration will never tell you to send anything to any WhatsApp group. The next one is, after sharing this message with your friends, press the continue button to get your tracking number. What tracking number? And the last one is, you'll receive a call from us within 1 hour. Note, you will not receive your tracking number if you do not post this message. I mean, you don't need to be told that this is fraudulent, right? This is pure fraudulent. So you have to be very careful of things like this. It goes around, people sending information, sending it across. It is fraudulent. Guys, don't fall victim of this. All right, so when we talk about fraud, what is fraud as far as Canada immigration is considered? What is considered fraud? Now, take for instance, if you are filling your application for Canada Visitors Visa, your study permit, your work permit, whatever express entry, it's so when you put in your input information that are wrong, that are not correct, it is considered fraud. I mean, so in terms of, take for instance, if you're married, you falsify your marriage certificate, and at the end of the day, when you submit your application, it's discovered that it is fraud. It's called misrepresentation, and there's a grievous offense for that. Another aspect of it is, okay, take for instance your age. Some people decide to like decrease their age just because they want to score more mark in the express entry. I mean, if things like that get discovered, it is called misrepresentation, and also you can be disqualified. The penalty ranges from being banned from entering Canada for life for 5 years, sharing your information all across other countries like US, UK, countries like that. So that means you're not even banned from coming to Canada alone. You're banned from other countries as well. So because Canada shared intelligence with some of these other countries as far as immigration is concerned, so you have to be very careful. All right, you don't want to make mistake as far as putting your information together just because you want to migrate into Canada. Avoid going into fraudulent people. There are so many fraudulent agents around there that grant visa, that promise you they will grant you visa, they will help you out with your application, but at the end of the day, they are fraud. All right, so you have to be very careful of that. One I would like to share with you is this this group of scammers that promise you that you obtain your IELTS certificate without taking the exam. Someone sent it to me on Facebook, and I feel I share this with you. It says IELTS without the exams, obtain your desired band scores in IELTS from 7.5 band and above. Okay, so official test center, they have a WhatsApp number and they have their email. Guys, you don't need to be told that this is fraudulent. I mean, if you decide to get swindled to pay money to this group of scammers, just because you want to get your IELTS result, it will be discovered. Canada Immigration will get to know this because they do their own due diligence. They check, they verify this information. When you submit your IELTS certificate for your express entry application, they verify this information because they have a way of verifying, so they'll get to know. I mean, when they get to know things like this, you might end up being banned from coming into Canada, or being, so things like that, you want to avoid that. Not only coming into Canada alone, they might share your information with neighboring countries, US, UK, and as a result of that, you might not even be able to go to any of these countries. So it is not worth it. I mean, you get swindled of your money and you get banned. It is not worth doing, guys. You have to be very careful. All right, so how do you get to know? What are the things you need to look out for in order to discover that information that you receive is fraudulent? Well, number one, when you get an email telling you that, okay, go to this website, Canada Immigration Visa Lottery, or do this, pay this certain amount of money, guys, you don't need to be told. That is fraudulent. When anybody tells you that you should pay a certain money that it can help you to get Canada visa, there was a time I even got a visa, a passport, and underneath there's Canada visa on it, and it was fraudulent. I mean, scammers can go to any length just to defraud you of your money. So you have to be very careful. Another thing, again, you might want to be on the watch out for is that when you see a website that is like not the Canada Immigration website. The normal Canada Immigration website is cic.gc.ca. cic.gc.ca. That is the official website where you get information as far as migrating to Canada is concerned. Any other website that leads you to that website, it is fraudulent, it is wrong. Guys, you have to be very careful. I know some people are so desperate as a result of that, they don't mind going to any extent, any length. But at the same time too, it's not worth it. So you have to do your due diligence before you do that. Another thing again that you want to be very careful about is a website telling you to pay a certain amount of money before they can help you. Guys, that is another fraudulent thing. Canada Immigration will never ask you for money on phone. They will never even ask you to pay any money. They will never tell you about any deal, any promo. Things like that are fraudulent. I mean, like, when people tell you things like that, Canada Immigration does not operate anything like visa lottery, guys. Be warned. So don't fall into the hands of scammers. Another thing again you have to be very careful is there are so many consultants, there are so many lawyers out there that are scammers. They open up their offices and they tell you that they can help you to migrate to Canada from all across the world. You have to be very careful, okay? So do your due diligence. Whenever you receive information like this, don't just quickly make your hasty decision. Try as much as possible to delve online, do your own additional research, go on, check it to verify the authenticity of this information, because majority of this information are fraudulent. I mean, when you want to get authentic information, why not just go to Canada immigration website where you can get authentic and very factual information? What I'm just saying in essence is that try as much as possible to avoid falsification of documents. I mean, I've seen situations whereby people falsify their passport, international passport, they falsify their marriage certificate, death certificate, they falsify their degrees, their certificates, your bachelor's degree, their diploma certificate. Things like this are what people falsify, just all in the name of trying to come into Canada. These are grievous offenses. I've told you what are the penalties. The penalties ranges from you might be forbidden from entering Canada for the next 5 years, or you might even be forbidden from entering Canada for life. They might share your information with other neighboring countries. So it's not that you can't come into Canada. You might not be able to even go to US, UK, and countries like that. Also, if you're a permanent resident holder or a Canadian citizen already and you are involved in falsification or misrepresentation, you might lose your status. So you want to avoid that. And also, you might be charged for crime too. They can charge you. The police officers might apprehend you, and you might end up in jail. And they might even remove you from Canada. That's going to be the worst of it. So try as much as possible to avoid this, because the Canada Immigration, they have partnership with the police officers in Canada. They have partnership with other neighboring countries too. They share intelligence information, just like I told you. All right, so what are the things you need to beware of? I've told you in the past, but I'm going to summarize it for you again. Okay, so anybody contacting you on telephone, telling you to pay a fee or a fine, that is fraudulent. I mean, somebody threatening you on phone, telling you they are going to deport you. Canada Immigration will never threaten you on phone that they want to deport you, either on phone or email. They don't threaten. Okay. Another thing again you need to note is threatening to harm you or a member of your family or damage your properties. Can you imagine that? Canada Immigration would never at any point do that to you. So that is fraud. When you see signals or signs like that, they are signs of fraud. Okay. Or someone asking you for personal information over telephone. I mean, nobody is going to ask you for your personal information over the telephone, right? When you are being asked for financial information over the phone, that is fraudulent. They try to rush you into making a payment. So trying to rush you, okay, you have to make the payment now. Those are fraudulent signs. So you have to be very careful of them. Okay. So these are what you need to be on the lookout for in order for you to avoid being scammed. So now, what are the things you need to do when you see anything that is suspicious, that is fraudulent? What are the things you need to do? So online, when you go to Canada Immigration website, the official immigration website, you can get information how you can seek up. One thing is first thing you can do is you want to ask for the name of the person calling. Try as much as possible to gather information of the person calling, so that if you have to report this to Canada Immigration, you have enough information to prove that. Also, there's a call center too operated by Canada Immigration. You can also visit that, make a call, try to report incidents like that, or to validate any information you need to. So there's a call center. I'll be sharing it in this video in the description down below. If the call wasn't real, you can also report it to Canadian Anti-Fraud Center. The number too, I'll be sharing it in this video down below. So you can also report it to your own nearest local police too. So these are the things you can actually do in order for you to avoid being swindled or being scammed, all in the name of coming to Canada or migrating into Canada. Guys, in summary, I hope you enjoy everything I've presented to you today. I mean, as far as migrating to Canada and avoiding scammers. Scammers are all over the place, right? They are pretending to be real, whereas they are fake. So those agents out there, those lawyers out there, those consultants out there, some of them are actually fraudulent in nature. So one thing I always tell my viewers, my people that reach out to me, is that the moment you can think it is fraud, then there's a possibility that it is fraud. So if you can think it, then that means it is fraud. So try as much as possible to avoid it. So if you feel you have any question, anything you're not clear about, if you see any information online that you need validation on, reach out to me. I mean, on this YouTube channel, on my social media handle, I'll try as much as possible to revert back to you guys. All right. And also, let me sound these notes, please. If you want to ask me any question, there's anything you want to ask me, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. I appreciate most of this question and clarification on my YouTube channel. Okay. Yes. For those of you that are new on this channel, I mean, what are you waiting for? You have not subscribed, hit the subscription button right beside it, and there's a notification button also, so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be among the first to get it. Like this video if you enjoy it, share this video with your loved ones, reach out to me on my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I revert back as soon as I can. So let's talk about the Think About It segment. On the Think About It segment, I have this very important and very beautiful quote from the legend Sophocles, and he said, rather fail with honor than succeed by fraud. Rather fail with honor than succeed by fraud. So how is this applicable? I mean, just like I've told you, as far as migrating to Canada is concerned, it's rather you fail with honor. I'm like, learn lesson from that. It's dignifying because you get to learn lesson from that than to succeed by fraud. I mean, you succeed by fraud and at the end, you are always looking at your back because you don't know anything can happen. Or you might be banned for life. You might not end up not coming into Canada, US, or other neighboring countries. And you will learn to, you kind of regret it all the rest of your life. So it's dignifying for you to fail with honor than to succeed by fraud. I hope you understood that. I hope you ponder on that. It is deep. I always drop it deep. I want you to think about it. And you always act on it. Yes, it's been real. I've been keeping it real with you. If you have any question, any concern, anything you're not clear about, drop it in the comment section below. Canada Immigration with MC Bernardino. I revert back to you as soon as possible. All right, guys, till I come back to you guys with another interesting and very fascinating episode on Canada Immigration with Bernard. Stay out of crime. Be nice. One love.